yo. Yo.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sarasota, Florida for the 23rd Annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix, brought to you by Superboat International and the APBA Offshore. This event benefits the Suncoast Offshore Foundation for the Handicapped, one of the biggest events that happens in Sarasota every year, as well as the biggest event on the offshore circuit every year. There you see the crew from Still Got It, AMF Offshore Racing. That's Big John Begovich there. There is the 51-foot Outer Limits, MissGeicoRacing.com. One of the patrol boats and AMF support boats here this weekend, turbine-powered Outer Limits. Team AMF bringing the huge show to town, the Platinum, the MTI, the Outer Limits, the girls, the famous AMF models. Everyone's in town. There's Ken Warby's world record holding, world's fastest man on the water, jet-powered hydroplane. BTM Offshore Racing here, Bill Mazzoni and crew. There's Eve with the mobile freeze-frame video support vehicle, all jacked up. 36-foot skater all the way from Kansas City. Here comes Team Amsoil number 77, Bob Teague and Paul Whittier in this beautiful new 36-foot skater. Number 22, the Instigator, Bob Oliver and Peter Meyer aboard Team Instigator. There's the brand new Mystic 50-footer, for David Scott and John Tomlinson, which is Budweiser Select. Be making its maiden voyage on the race course here in Sarasota this weekend. There's John Price, truck driver for Bud Select. Crew from CMS there, center your picture. There's the other Bud Select MTI. There's some more of the support crew there. Steve Page, Joey Gratton, Priscilla Gratton, and Breezy. There's Team Syntron Liquid Energy and their beautiful silver platinum. There's Team AMF, Trent Wyatt and crew. P210 Mid-America Offshore, Ken and Shannon Doyle's 39-foot Phantom. There is US1 Reliable Carriers. Last year's national champion in the Super Cat class. MTI powered by Sterling. Brand new award-winning showstopper truck for the Reliable Carriers Cat Light team. The number 40 Reliable Carriers Cat Light, owned and driven by Jerry Chastelet, throttled by Chris Hanley. Custom modified, low ride, stretched out, very cool truck. There is Jerry Chastelet, the owner of the Reliable Carriers Cat Light team. The gray skies behind Jerry don't bode well for this parade thus far. Other boats in the Cat Light class include All Jacked Up, Team Amsoil, Let's Play Racing, very competitive Cat Light class. There's Superior Asphalt Inc.net, 30-foot skater in the Cat Outboard Superboat stock class. Right behind them is the 32-foot Doug Wright D&E Motorsports, and then Rollin' Vengeance, another 32-foot Doug Wright. Rick Beluca and Paul Riccio in Rollin' Vengeance. There's the 29-foot Extreme Vortec. The S1 is another 32-foot Doug Wright. Miccosukee Indian Gaming, last year's world and national champions. Team Pump It, the Dacey family, and Eddie Ferris. P1-8 Team Raven, another local team from the Sarasota area. 42-foot Fountain V-bottom. There's the smaller Team Raven, the 30-foot Scarab. There's Team Velocity, another local team run by the Killdalls here. There's Herb Stotler with his beautiful wife aboard Team Syntron Liquid Energy. Team Rum Runners from Big Pine Key, Florida, in their pirate attire. Arr! Another local team here, P517. This is V&M Motorsports, Chris Volson. Number 11, Team Tequila Patron, Bill McComb and Chevis James. Down in the water at the test area now, you see Miss Geico Offshore Racing warming their turbines up there. John Arruda, the crew chief for Miss Geico from Turbine Marine in Pompano Beach. Many boats going in and out of the water here on test day in Sarasota. There you see the 36 skater of the Hatcher Brothers Let's Play Racing. Team Donzi there loading up the Team Red Line Racing, Chris Caterna. There's Superior Asphalt Inc., S111, heading out to test. Ryan Beckley and John Talley aboard. Many local sponsors, including Phil's Site Prep, Grattan Mortgage Group, Ref Sports Bar, Mako Vodka, EnergyThis.com. There's quite a contrast difference there. The big Bud Select Mystic coming in and the 30-foot skater Superior Asphalt heading out. Beautiful profile there on the brand new Mystic of Budweiser Select. John Tomlinson, Dave Scott and crew. Sterling powered 50-foot Mystic. Quite a busy place here at the 10th Street Boat Ramps in Sarasota. Everyone getting ready for this sensational yearly event here in Sarasota. It is the 23rd year that we are racing here in Sarasota. Everybody looks forward to it every year. Freeze Frame Video is proud to say that they've been there every race since the beginning. There is Patron, another local team, Dr. Bill McComb, along with Chevis James. Here comes D&E Motorsports backing down in the water. Todd Detling and Tag Estes getting ready to go out for another test run. There's BTM Marine going in the water. Bill Mazzoni and Ben Robertson aboard BTM Marine, running in the Cat 750 class. Going airborne now. We've got the yellow flag up already. First race of the day. This would be the Cat outboard as well as some of the P classes. You can see Miccosukee, Deep V, Cat, Superior Asphalt, D&E, and Rolling Vengeance. The green flag's already up. Quickly jumping to the lead is Rolling Vengeance, but it looks like D&E Motorsports is going to head to the front of the pack right now. Superior Asphalt running right with these guys. A little bumpy here right in the beginning of the race. Maybe a little bit bumpier than everybody thought it was going to be. 3 32-foot Doug Wrights right there with the 30-foot skater and the 32-foot LA Marine just behind them. Taking a few little bit of flyers right here in the beginning, but D&E Motorsports, Todd Detling and Tag Estes heading to the front of the pack right now, but showing no quarters. Rolling Vengeance and Miccosukee Indian Gaming on board here with D&E right at the start of the race. Very competitive class. The Superboat stock is all boats powered by equal 2.5-liter Mercury outboards. Rounding turn 1 there in Sarasota, sometimes known to be tricky. We'll go on board with D&E right here.
Go.
Buddy, you're right under the line for the back. We're out front. Good job, dude. All right, Troy's on our inside. There's a bunch of other boats on the inside.
Nice pinch him or no?
Now punch.
Try to keep it in the water.
Okay.
Did we pull Lee enough to turn in?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Stay on it, stay on it.
Okay.
Stay on it.
Don't turn yet. Go ahead, start turning. Whoa. Keep turning. Turning. Keep turning.
I'm turning.
Straighten it up. And turn. Straighten it up. There you go.
Where's Lee?
He's on the inside. We're going to beat him to the corner.
Can I apex it?
Yep.
Interesting conversation between Todd Detling and Tag Estes there as they took off to the early lead in Sarasota. Closest to us now, that's S1 Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Darren Schwartz is the owner and driver. Troy Hannon on the throttles. They were the world and national champions in 2006 in the CAT outboard Superboat stock class. These are three identical 32-foot Doug Wrights right here, all powered by Mercury 2.5 liters. Miccosukee Indian Gaming, also sponsored by K Clubs here in Sarasota for this event, as well in Marathon. You see just a little bit of bump here in Sarasota, getting these boats a little bit airborne as they head towards turn one. Miccosukee Indian Gaming currently leading the national points for 2007 in Superboat International, looking to regain their national championship that they won last year. D&E taking a little bit of flyer heading into the turn there. But with the lead right now, Miccosukee Indian Gaming, Darren Schwartz and Troy Hannon, as they've already pulled out a little bit of a lead around turn one. D&E moving ahead of Rollin' Vengeance at this point. Miccosukee Indian Gaming is rigged and prepared by Supreme Marine of Fort Lauderdale. Supreme Marine on Ravenswood Road, your home for all your high performance needs, custom rigging, painting, and more. Propellers on Miccosukee Indian Gaming are by Frank and Jimmy's Propellers in Fort Lauderdale as well. Looking back, you can see these guys got a pretty good lead already just on the first lap ahead of D&E, Rolling Vengeance, Deep V Cats, and Superior Asphalt. There's Deep V Cats S12, 32-foot L8 Marine. Coming down now, that is D&E Motorsports. It's a 2005 32-foot Doug Wright. It's sponsored by Detling Enterprises, Point Marine, and the Aqua Toy Store. Powered by a pair of 280 horsepower Mercury 2.5 liter outboards, owned by D&E Motorsports of Deerfield Beach, Florida. Todd Detling from Lighthouse Point is the driver, and Tag Estes from Miramar is the throttle man. This boat previously campaigned by Paul DePue and Lee Murray, as well as Ryan Beckley. There you see battling side by side with another very similar 32-foot Doug Wright. That is Paul Riccio and Rick Beluca in Rollin' Vengeance S516. Very close to the spectator fleet right there. Making their way back south, rounding the corner there. Heading back towards turn one, starting their second lap. Paul Riccio at the wheel from Boca Raton, Florida. Rick Beluca on the throttles is also the owner from Fort Lauderdale. It's a brand new 32-foot Doug Wright, just completed by Supreme Marine of Fort Lauderdale. Supreme Marine rigged and painted this boat for Rick Beluca of Team Rolling Vengeance. That a guest throttleman at the last event in Hollywood, where they took the checkered flag. Gary Ballou was on the throttles for Rollin' Vengeance there and won the race. We got a great battle going with D&E Motorsports right now here in Sarasota at the 23rd annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix.
Get out of this.
I am.
There you go. Okay, straighten it up. All right, you're lined up perfect for the bag, dude.
Todd Detling at the wheel. Tag Estes on the throttles.
I'm getting in bad water.
You can come over to the left a little more. Get us out of this.
Tuck in just a little bit.
Side by side, battling around 90 miles an hour here, just above 90 miles an hour between Rollin' Vengeance and D&E Motorsports. Looking back a little bit there, Deep V Cats running on the right-hand side of the screen there. Lee Austin is the owner and throttle man of Deep V Cats. Steve Quick is the driver. This is a 32-foot LA Marine built in Fort Lauderdale. Rigged, maintained, painted by the guys in the boat. They always do a great job. Always have this thing running strong. Very wide stance on this 32-foot boat as they round turn number 1 on the second lap. These guys in a points battle with Miccosukee Indian Gaming for the 2007 National Championship, as these two boats are the ones competing in all the races in the series thus far. So they are 1-2 currently in the National Championship, with Miccosukee having a slight advantage. But Deep V Cats never showing any signs of surrender, running very strong. S12, Steve Quick and Lee Austin. Some of the sponsors aboard Deep V Cats include Lavorsi Marine, as well as Throttle Up Propellers. You see the skyline along Lido Beach there. There's SuperiorAsphalt.net trying to catch up. 30-foot skater, the first race in the ocean for this team. Third race overall. The first couple races for this team were on the lakes on the OSS circuit. Making their appearance here at the Superboat International Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. Playing a little bit of catch-up at this point right now. John Talley and Brian Beckley aboard this 30-foot skater. SuperiorAsphaltInc.net. Other sponsors include Ringelberg Exotic Auto, Phil's Site Prep, J.D. Byrider from St. Clairsville and Dover, Ohio, DNA Energy Drink. Very special thanks to Phil's Site Prep in Sarasota. EnergyThis.com, Grattan Mortgage, CarCredit123.com, Ref Sports Bar, and Mako Vodka. Freeze frame video is also proud to be a part of the Double Edge Motorsports S111 race team, supporting the team in any way they can. This is a local race team from here in Sarasota, so they've got a lot of extra help for this race in Sarasota. Some of the year-long sponsors include CarCredit123.com, JD Byrider, Florida Graphic Supply, Action Kawasaki Yamaha from Bradenton, Florida, the Chicago Case Company, as well as Skater Powerboats. There you can see all the spectators here in Sarasota, one of the biggest spectator fleets of the year and every year. Sarasota, the Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix, a highlight on the stop of the tour every year. S111, SuperiorAsphaltInc.net, Double Edge Motorsports. Coming down now, this is P365 Plus 42-foot Comanche with twin 1,000 horsepower Teagues. John Hagan is the owner, as John Begovich is the driver. Richard Devlin, the navigator, and Robert Sibbett is the throttle man. Very competitive team, been running in this boat all over the country so far this year. AMF still got it. Here you can see still got it strolling down the spectator line there in Sarasota. You see Factory 1 class battle here. Two AMF sponsored boats. The 29-foot white fountain on the inside, Trent Wyatt and Scott Brown. On the outside, the purple Warlock, the AMF Offshore Addiction Warlock. In the Offshore Addiction, Peter Morrell is the driver. The throttle man is Al Chelsea, who is also the owner. Scott O'Connor is the driver of the F1-2 Fountain with Trent Wyatt on the throttles. Two AMF sponsored boats battling out side by side in Factory 1 class. Making their way around turn one here at the south end of the course in Sarasota. Coming down now on the 30-foot Scarab, that is Team Raven. Ed Tamburino, the owner and driver of Team Raven. From Inglewood, Florida, Roddick Hughes from St. Petersburg is the throttle man. Powered by a single 750 horsepower Mercury inboard with a B-Max Bravo drive. These guys running very strong all season long on the SVI circuit. Happy to be home in their home waters here at Sarasota for the 23rd annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. Heading in towards the beach here, towards Lido Key. Team Raven.
To the left. Right there. To the right a little bit. To the right. To the right. Get to the right, Eddie. A little bit more to the right, buddy. I got it. I got it. Go, 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 go.
Roddick Hughes on the right is the throttle man. On the left is Ed Tamburino, the driver.
Can we catch up?
Go ahead. Slow down and speak slower.
Some weird crosswake out here, huh? Yeah.
Repeat what you said. Are you under your own power?
To the right.
Okay, you don't need it.
Team Raven, P4, number 2. Other boats in the P4 class include Pump It, JP Motorsports, Carl Black GMC. Pretty smooth for the ride for the guys in Team Raven. Still a great battle going on here in the P5 class between two similar velocities. Not the same, similar. The boat closest to us, the red and white boat, is a 30-foot custom Velocity, owned and throttled by Steve Kildall. The driver today is Stephen Kildall, his son, doing a great job. Sponsors include Innovation Marine, Velocity Powerboats, Pacer Marine, Duffy Air Systems, 5-Star Cruises, Hart's Landing, and the Daiquiri Deck on Siesta Key. This is Steve Kildall's 23rd year at the throttle, Stephen's 5th race and 3rd race as the driver. The other boat right beside them is V&M Motorsports, another local team from here in Sarasota. Chris Volson, the throttle man, and Don Murphy at the wheel. That is a 26-foot Velocity, a VR1 model. As you can see, the stock class boats going by now on the outside. That is Deep V Cats as they round the corner. Great battle here between two P5 class Velocities. Team Velocity and V&M Motorsports. Kaylee Kildall is also one of the crew members aboard the P5-5. A team effort, the Kildall family, been racing here in Sarasota for many years. Father and son team, Stephen Kildall in P5-5, and the other local team here in Sarasota, P517, V&M Motorsports, Don Murphy and Chris Volson. This here is P522 Team Rum Runners from the Florida Keys. This is a 27-foot Scarab with a single 750 horsepower Gellner Engineering engine with a Mercury Bravo drive. Bobby Keebler from Big Pine Key is the owner and throttle man. Bill Chittenden from Summerlin Key is the driver. This boat's been around for many years. Bobby Keeber's owned it for a few of them. Previously raced in the A class for many seasons. Great running 26-foot Scarab. Trying to catch up with the Velocities at this point. Running very strong in the bumpy water here off Sarasota. Team Rum Runners from the Florida Keys. Coming down now, this is Team Redline Offshore Racing Dreamweaver. Bill Bocather is the owner and driver of record. Lee Smith is the driver today here in Sarasota, and Chris Gaterna is the throttle man. It's a 38-foot Donzi ZR P221. They're running P321 today. Local guy in the boat, Mark Smith, the driver. Other boats in the P3 class include You're in Command Dragon Racing. Chris Gaterna has been running the boat all season long. This boat formerly campaigned as Team Adrenaline in the Super V class. Doing a great job thus far, trying to chase down the Dragon. Mark Smith at the wheel, Chris Gaterna on the throttles. There you can see the boat leading P3 class. At this time, that is Dragon, You're in Command Racing. Gino Marone is the owner and driver. Today on the throttles, we have Jim Anselmo from Toradon Racing. You see him going by the P5 class Rum Runners. Running very strong right now, the 39-foot Dragon, powered by a pair of Mercury 525 horsepower inboards, doing a great job. Jim Anselmo on the throttles, Gino Marone at the wheel, sponsored by the U.S. Coast Guard and the You're in Command boating program. Beautiful crystal clear waters here off Lido Key, Florida for the 23rd annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. Another former Super V race boat stepped down to P3 class here. P340, you're in command racing. As they go by the thousands of spectators here in Sarasota, one of the biggest spectator fleets ever along the shores of Lido Beach here in Sarasota, Florida. Midway through the season on the 2007 Superboat International APBA Offshore National Series. This looks like Team Pump It here, the Dacey team, as well as Eddie Ferris. P442, Team Pump It. 29-foot Warlock powered by a single 600 horsepower Mercury inboard with a Mercury Bravo drive. Joey Dacey is the owner and throttle man. His son, Mikey Dacey, is the navigator, as Eddie Ferris is on the wheel today. Strong team, been competing together for many seasons. Team Pump It, leading the way around in P4 class. Semi-local team just up the road from Riverview, Florida. Team Pump It, very strong running 29-foot Warlock. Look at all the spectators along the beach there in Lido Beach, Florida. As we've said over and over again, one of the best attended, best spectated races there is. Great racing every year, in the 23rd year here in Sarasota, Florida. The entire staff from the Suncoast Foundation does a great job of putting this event on every year. Team Pump It running away with this one so far. P442. There's the coverage we have for you from the first race here on the 23rd annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. Very exciting racing action here. Here you see the Helmsley Sandcastle, host area for Double Edge Motorsports, as well as beautiful Lido Beach area. Look at all the spectators lining the beaches here for the 23rd annual Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix. You never see a race like this with this many fans that come out specifically for the race. But the town of Sarasota and everybody here does a great job of promoting this event, and that's why it's been the event that it has for over 20 years. Freeze Frame Video is proud to have been a part of it all 23 seasons here in Sarasota. Special thanks to SBI and APBA Offshore for promoting such an excellent event here on the Suncoast in Sarasota, Florida. In the Superboat stock class, the winner was Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Rolling Vengeance came in second. Superior Asphalt Inc.net worked their way through the pack to finish up in third place. Congratulations to the S1 Miccosukee Indian Gaming team with their local sponsorship from K-Clubs, Darren Schwartz and Troy Hannon. Factory 1, your winner was AMF Offshore Addiction, as well as AMF Offshore coming in second place. AMF Offshore Racing on the inside was Trent Wyatt and Scott O'Connor. In the AMF Offshore Addiction, Peter Morrell was the driver and Al Chelsea was the throttle man. In the P5 class, Team Velocity with Stephen Kildall was your winner. Rum Runners finished up in second, and Pirates Racing was third. The P4 winner was Team Pump It. Team Raven finished in second, and JP Motorsports Carl Black GMC was third. Team Pump It winning P4 class. Joey Dacey, the owner and throttleman, Mikey Dacey, the navigator, and Eddie Ferris was the driver. Great job to this team in their 29-foot Warlock. In Manufacturers 3, You're in Command was the winner. Dreamweaver Redline Racing was second, and AMF Still Got It was third. Jim Anselmo on the throttles of You're in Command. Gino Marone was the driver and owner, sponsored by the U.S. Coast Guard. P340 You're in Command Offshore Racing. You see another shot, great shot there of the start of the Superboat stock class. Your winner closest to you, Miccosukee Indian Gaming S1. The yellow boat, Rolling Vengeance, on the far outside was second. The red, white, and blue boat in the center of the screen, SuperiorAsphaltInc.net, finished in third. We look forward to seeing everybody at the next race on the Superboat International schedule, Dania Point, in a few weeks. Special thanks to our helicopter pilot, Russell Kilpatrick, as well as our assistant in the helicopter, Roxy Hanna, for helping us capture all this excellent footage. We'll see you all at the next race. Thanks a lot.